I get this tested. Okay. Get this here. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you should all be able to hear me. I heard myself on my other tablet, so that definitely works. Two things to note. One, I have other people and dogs upstairs, so if you hear barking or scurrying of the sort, just try and drown it out. It shouldn't be too long up there. So hi, I am Anthony. I am the club president at Black Swamp Gamers. For those of you who are just tuning in, who don't know much about us, we are a tabletop gaming group in Waterville, Ohio. We strictly just have table space, and we play board games. We play anything from just tabletop card games, Magic, any deck builders, anything like that. We play D&D during the week, Monday through Thursday, or Monday through Wednesday. We have a couple D&D groups that meet up. Our biggest board game days are Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We did have some games going on tonight up at the clubhouse, but usually about 9 o'clock it dies off, so we all headed our ways. So I figured, why not do a stream? I mean, it's Friday night. What else? I could be out spending money, but figured I'd stay in, show you guys a game that I really enjoy. So what I'm going to show you guys is Dice Forge. There's no way I'm pronouncing that name. It is... How can I best explain this game? They say dice crafting on the back, which is pretty true. How this game works is you are building dice to do certain things and collect resources. So, for example, on this die here, you have all these different, sorry, it's not that great to see, but you have all these different faces that actually, which are kind of hard. They pop off, and then you can replace that dice face with whatever you are able to purchase. So you're going around the board, collecting resources, doing the cards to, or trying, let's see, doing the cards to get victory points, and let's see, what is the end of round condition? So when all the players have taken their turns, active player ends at the end of the final round. Oh, so this game's played by rounds. So you have a certain set number of times that you go through, roll the dice, and try and collect as many victory points as possible. Let's see, you can hear left channel only. Also, I was going to mention Scott's. Yeah, well, just so you know, listener, watcher, I'm doing this in my basement on a rinky-dink setup. So if you're only getting the left channel audio, I have no idea how to fix that other than sorry. Yeah, I could see it down here. It's only moving the left channel, but I mean, it's any audio, which is better than the audio that I was giving out last time, which was no audio. So I'm not sure. I'll change that for next time, but for now I'll just leave it as is. So I'm gonna swap over here to the main camera. There we go. And there we go. I'm gonna explain how this game works. So on the first turn, let's say this is player one. Everybody is going to roll their dice. When they roll their dice, they will then add this to what their current stats are. First player gets the most money, and then second player, third player, and last. Because it works that way because since everybody's rolling their dice at the same time, the last player does get a chance to gain some of that money back. So, so let's roll this guy's dice. So he's going to get 2 gold. So 2 gold there. This person does the same thing. They're going to get 2 gold. 1, 2. Just for the sake of demonstration, we're going to change this to be a moon and a fire. So they would get one of these. And this person, oops, is going to get a fire and a gold. So fire and a gold. So now that everybody has rolled their dice, this first person gets... Oh my god, these dogs are going to be crazy. Again, sorry for the noise upstairs. So first player gets a choice. They can either A, spend some of their money to get new dice face that are purchased down here, so it costs 2 for any of these, 3 for any of these, 4 for any of those, and so on. They can either purchase dice face, or they can spend the amount of either moons or fire resources to move their piece to any of these little portals here. And then they spend that much, and then they pretty much receive this, like receive that card. So in this case, let's say, well, let's just again go through a person's turn. So this person has gold. We're gonna spend, so they have 5 to spend. So let's do this. They're gonna take this die face, spend 5 gold, and then they instantly change out one of these. Let's do this dice face. So they'll swap out this one and put that new one there. So it's like that. And then they will place it on top of their board so they know that that was replaced. This one can then, this one piece can just go back out there into that board. So that's all this person's turn. That's it for them. So then now it's the next player's turn. Now that it's his turn, everybody again rolls their dice. So this one's going to get 2 victory points. This one is also going to get a single gold. This one's going to get 2 more gold. This one gets 2 more gold. 1, 2. And this one, 2 more gold. So as you can tell at the beginning of the game, you're going to just be getting a lot of gold because of just the way that the dice are set up. Yeah. Sorry, listener. Again, I do see the chat. It is only left channel right now, and I have no idea how to fix it. I'll get to that another time. So everybody went. They received their pieces, and then now it's this person's turn. So he can, again, he doesn't have any of these to spend, so I guess we're going to buy some dice face here. So 6 to spend. You can buy 2 moons, which we'll start doing that. So you pick a die. This one has fire on it, so we're probably going to add another moon. I call them moons and fires, it's just easier. And then I'm going to put that there. And put this one there. Alright, so they spent their 6. So that's that person's turn. And then we're going to, oops, all roll dice again. And it's all going to be just about the same, isn't it? There we go. So 2 victory points, 1 gold, 2 gold, 2 gold, and a fire, and a gold. Alright, so now that it's this person's turn, they have a choice. They have a moon, they have 2 fires, so they can move their green piece to any one of these portals. Either a single moon or a 2 fire. So let's do this to show this. So they're going to spend 1 moon. This one goes off the board here. And then they have a choice either between this card, which adds a tracker, which can give more victory points. So instead of spending gold on their track, they can spend gold to put on this hammer, which then, once it's tracked here and they finish it 1 time, they'll get 10 points, and that starts again. If they can complete all this again, they'll get 15 points, and then that's it. So there's either that card, or If they feel that they're going to be getting a lot of resources down the road, this person can purchase this one, which then adds an extension onto their player mat. So this extension then just goes here to add more space. So let's do that. So they purchase this card, spend the 1 moon, and then they'll add this, and then keep this card because it adds extra victory points at the end. I usually just will keep them down there and then add up those at the end. So in this person's case, they didn't buy a die face, but they spent some of their resources to move, which completes that person's turn. So now it's on to this 4th person, and everyone's going to roll. So fire, gold, fire, gold. And just for the sake of it, I'm going to actually make this one a moon and a gold. And another moon and a gold. Okay, so on this person's turn, let's say somebody's here. So this guy wants to go onto that space. What happens, which is kind of nice, anytime your character is they call it ousting out of a certain portal, then when they go back here, and this guy takes it, this player gets to re-roll their dice again. So they get 2 more sets of gold there. And then this person can now spend, the 1 moon to possibly do this one. So we're going to spend 1 moon here, and we'll take the hammer card this time. So that goes there, and then I'm missing something. Should be a little token right here. So this actually starts there. All right. So that was 1 round. So this is now going to switch over to round 2. This first player token goes to this player, and then we do the same thing over again. So we'll roll. Everyone will roll their dice at the same time. And this time it turned out a little better. We have one of the new die faces that was placed, so 1, 2, and a gold. 2 more gold. 1, 2. This one's going to get a fire and a gold. Fire and a gold. This one's going to get 2 gold. 1, 2. So something else that is interesting that I didn't mention because it hasn't happened yet. So on the fire here, there is an extra icon. This little two fire can let you redo or let you have a second action. So for example, let's say this guy had 3 moon and that. So let's say he spent 1 to go here, and then he can spend 2 more of this one to do another action between these. So if you had 2 left, you could spend 2 to then go here. Oops. Then go here. Or if you had enough fire, you spend the 2 and then spend whatever left fire to then do one of these. Something else, I guess, kind of to note too about like victory points wise, the blue ones are going to be easier points to get and smaller, while the fire ones are going to be larger points. So like this 3 gives you 8 victory points, while this 3 only gives you 6. So something to think about towards the end. Let's see. So, well, everybody rolled. I think I moved all the pieces. So this guy, he gets a choice again. Let's buy a die face. So there's a 6 here. So let's swap out this one. 6 gold is pretty helpful. Again, to a point, the gold is worth having a lot of at the beginning, but you'll have to find a good way to convert all this gold into victory points to try and get more points at the end. So spent the 4, got a die face. So everybody rolls. Rolls again. Moon. We're going to do that one now. Fire, gold, 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 moon, gold. Okay. So now it's this person's turn. A lot of gold, 10 pieces. And let's start building on, so there's a moon and victory on this die, and the rest are single ones. So let's spend 8. Ugh, sometimes they're hard. Alright, so we're going to spend 8, and we're going to take a 2 fire for this side. Put that there. Oh no! Yeah. They're kind of a pain to get out of here, but it's not too bad. There's no way I'm going to get it. There we go. It's a really nice layout, how it has all the pieces kind of. It even tells you underneath like what pieces belong in each of the trays, and then this tray goes into a sleeve when it boxes up. So, so we replace that die face. That's going to cost us 2. I think you can only buy 1. Takes 1 or more. Strictly different. Okay, so you have to buy a different. You can't buy 2 of the same face area. So we spent an 8. We have 2 left. Let's buy another moon, I guess. And we'll put a moon on this fire die. So they kind of balance each other out now. So there should be a fire and a moon on every die. So there's a better chance of getting those. So spent all that money, and that person's turn is done. So let's roll these all again. And that. Nice. 1, 2. This person's going to get 2 gold. 1, 2. This person got the 3 gold, or it has a question mark on it, or the 2 victory points. So let's start taking more victory points, because he has plenty of gold, and then this one is just 2 more gold. So that person went. Now it's this person's turn. So actually, if we wanted to, instead of taking the 2 gold, let's take that back. They're going to move this tracker up 2. And again, once they complete this track once, they'll get an automatic 10 victory points, which is nice. So this person has 6 to spend, has 2 fire. So let's do that. Let's spend 2 fire here. It's going to send the black token to here, to this portal. And then this portal gives so it gives 4 victory points. Ooh. I was going to sneeze. Oh, I lost it. Sorry. So this one is a, what do they call it? A card that may, I think they call it reinforcements. Yep. So there's a little gear on here, which means that it can be tapped after, see, on that player's turn, it can be pretty much used to gain, in this case, a gold, a fire, or a moon. So they'll keep that one down here. And then next time it's back to them and they roll their dice, they could use this to then gain an extra. Most of these cards will be instantaneous. So like this hammer one, it's an instant. It just goes right out there and starts doing its stuff. This one's instant, is to automatically gain 3 gold and 3 moon, and then this card just goes face down for victory points later. So this one and this one lets you tap to gain. You can convert 3 gold into 4 victory points. This one lets you choose one of the 3 types. This card's pretty interesting too. So one time everybody rolls 2 dice, and then what is that? I think the negative X means that the person who got this card would then tell those players to, or no, whatever everybody else rolls, then that's what's deducted from their charts, actually. So that one's kind of fun. This one's just straight victory points, just 14 victory points. Portal. Let's see. I know there's some explanation for these cards somewhere. Let me find that quick. Ouch. Portal card. Okay, so take the portal face from the Temple Garden and immediately forge it into one of your dice. Wait, that doesn't explain it. Oh, it's a copy. Okay, so copy the effects of a rolled dice on an opponent's die. So yeah, like, let's say I had that this portal on one of mine, then I can copy somebody else's die face like that one, so it would instantly give me 2. Up here is more victory points, but this one requires a 5 moon and 5 fire, which is 26 victory points. Let's see, what did this card do? So this one, if you get this one, instantly you get to roll a single die 4 times and then take the effects of that to put onto your mat. This one's nice. Another instant, you have a ×3, so you multiply ×3 whatever your second die would be then, which is, so it could get you a lot of gold, a lot of moon, a lot of fire. Another one that's just victory points. This one's similar to the other one where it deducts people's points, but in this one's case, you are having everybody roll 2 dice once, and then whoever made everybody roll gets to choose which die that they want to add to their mat. This one is similar to the 4x and the 2x. Just get to roll a die, a single die 1 time to gain those. And this one's actually reusable, so you can keep tapping this to roll it a second time to get extra points. And then again, those 2. Let's see, what do we got here? It is 10:05. I've been talking for probably about 15-20 minutes. I'll do a few more runs of this, so I think I was on this person. Maybe I was, no, because I got a card. I'm on this one. So what's he gonna do? 1 fire, 1 moon. Let's move him. So he's got an orange. So we're gonna move him there, spend 1 fire, and let's take this one, which will give us 3 gold and 3 moon. So victory points there. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So that's, I think, everybody's turn then. So this is gonna go here. This is going to go to 3rd round. Then everybody rolls. Oh no! 1 and 1. Roll. 1 and 1. Roll. 1 and 1 again. And a moon. And a gold. Okay. This person gets to go first. Let's not really any gold, so let's spend 3 fire. So 3 fire gets to move the green guy back here. So the black guy goes there, which if he goes back to the center, then he gets to reroll his again, which actually was not bad. We'll give him 2 victory and 1 fire. So then this guy's going to choose to spend 2 or 3. Technically, so we already told him to spend 3. So we're going to do this card, which will then make everybody roll. That was a 2. So in this case, everybody would have to remove what they roll. So this one's going to be -2. This person is going to be -2 gold. 1, 2. And this person is going to be -2 gold as well. 1, 2. So that's that person's turn. They spent that card, get those victory points later. This person's turn. Well, everybody rolls again. I'll just do it as I'm going this time. So that, 1 of each. 1, 2. 2 gold. 1, 2. And looks like 2 victory points. And 1 fire. I was on this one, right? I lost track already. But so yeah, I mean that's the gist of the game. It plays, I want to say, it says on the box 45 minutes. That's fairly correct if you're playing with 4 people. Usually if I have 4 people, I'll be like, everybody's participating because everybody's obviously rolling dice at the same time on everybody's turn. So as people are rolling dice, it's usually good for the next person to start kind of gauging what they are going to spend their points on. So there's not really too much waiting for that. Let's see. If I had to put a rating to this game out of 10, I'd probably give it a 7 or an 8. It has a lot of good replayability. These cards, this is there's 2 different sets actually. There's like this set, and then there's kind of a more advanced set, which uses more of these different ones at the bottom. It's kind of the same thing over and over, but I think you could at least get 5 or 6 good plays out of it before you start realizing, hey, this is the same game over and over. I bought this one at our local game shop that the club utilizes, Old School Gaming up on Airport Highway. I think they even have a website, oldschoolgaming.net. So you should be able to get it on there. I think they ship from their location too. So I'll show you. So the box is actually pretty nifty. I enjoyed putting it away. There's not too many games where like they have nice inserts, and this one, like, everything fits in its proper spot. Lid goes on top, and it puts away very, very nicely. So the artwork, I think, is amazing. Let's see if I can get closer without bumping too much here or getting some bad focus. But let's see. I think the artwork on these are pretty top notch. They're very well done. So, the very first time playing, it was very hard to get the dice faces, the die faces off here. I think I saw somewhere that people were using, like, there's little edges between the faces. They're like, they kind of stick together like Lego pieces. So I think we had a pen or just some kind of little tool to help pop it out until it started getting worn enough where it's easy that they come out now. But it takes a little time for the pieces to get worn well enough that it's easy to play. So yeah, that's Dice Forge. So I see one person had commented about the audio. Is there any other, if anybody else is watching, is there any questions about the game in general? I'll give it a minute here while I think I'm going to pack this one up, and I kind of want to show off the next game I'm going to do, which is Star Trek Ascendancy. I got table space to show. I mean, you know what? I'll at least get it out and show the pieces, and I think I have the general idea of how it works, but I could be wrong. So if anybody has questions, go for it while I put this away. It should be nice. I'll show you how it all goes back together too. Missing pieces. Cards. So there's all of these. These tokens. All right. pretty sure these ones go in there with this one. These go in here. These go in here. I'm pretty sure these ones went there, which this one goes here as well. This one's there. This one's there. All of these. We have one person in the club that likes to call these little clear pieces jellies. There are little green ones that are in the game King of Tokyo, and for whatever reason it's stuck. Just every time I see them now, they're jellies. Thanks, Amy. So this goes here. I am going to put those die faces back. If I can remember where they came from. So, oh, well, yeah. So, oh, my bad. You know what? It's not actually on that. So this is how they all go back in there, which is nice. And then this sleeve just goes right over top of that. So I'll show it to you here in a second. So a fire and all gold. A 6 goes here into there. Goes onto that. So this should be a moon, a victory, and all gold. Okay. This one has a extra fire, which goes there. So 2 moon, fire, there we go, fire and gold. So fire, all gold, yep. And I know this one had some. This one has a moon, victory, all gold. This one, where did this one come from? 3, 2, right here. 5, that goes back there. Fire, all gold, yep. And I don't think this one changed. Fire, all gold. Oops. And moon, victory, all gold. Okay, cards. Which these cards go there, there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Just do that. 3, 4, 5, 6. That goes there. These ones can go here. And then again, there's all these other cards that come with it that you can swap out for certain areas. And in the bottom corners, it'll tell you exactly where it belongs on this track. So that's a plus. I didn't put these ones back, did I? That's okay. There's that. This card will go here. So it folds up. Oh, so this sheet goes back in here, just like that. And this little band just goes across it to leave help keep it together. All of the player boards go back here. First player token in there. And this one, see, like again, it should fit. Yeah, had it backwards. It fits like right in there perfectly, and then this just sits right on top of that. So, very nice game. Rules. There's also another sheet here that kind of gives an explanation. Hero Aid, how each of the cards should work. how the dice faces work. Quick summary. So one more quick summary. Everybody rolls their dice. The active player then can activate any of the tappable cards for reinforcements, and then the active player gets to choose either to buy dice faces or spend to get a card which does other things. Active player may spend, yep, fire, moon. That's pretty much it. It's Dice Forge. Alright. Let's see here. So yeah, now that I'm done showing the walkthrough of this, I'm going to at least get out the pieces for the next game I'm going to do down the road, most likely, because I still need time. Oh. So this game, Star Trek Ascendancy, I bought it at Origins Game Fair. It is a pretty much a convention down in Columbus, Ohio. It's the precursor to Gen Con, pretty much. I mean, Gen Con's kind of expensive, but Origins was fairly reasonably priced. So I think I bought a 5-day ticket or a 5-day badge for $60, where I think Gen Con's like for a 5-day badge is a little higher than that, like 80 or something. But so yeah, I bought it at Gen Con or Origins. I bought all the expansions for it because it just struck me as a game that I could play with one of my other Star Trek friends. So from what I've read so far, I mean, it's technically a 3-player game until you add in the other expansions. But you have your three civilizations that you're working with. You have your starting cities or starting planets that you have. It comes with a whole bunch of tiny pieces. You have your fleets. You have all your little ships. Oh, there are the dogs again. We have blue circles, which represent research abilities. Well, research nodes. I guess they call them nodes. Research nodes, culture nodes, and production nodes. And yeah, so there's more command zones. So these are going to go with them. These ones go with them. So you have all these pieces, and you are pretty much exploring space until somebody reaches, and like collecting resources until somebody gets 5 ascendancy tokens, which then they win the game. It seems pretty interesting how it's like set up to play, where you have, it'll be on a bigger like 36 by 36 size playing area, and you have like these. Let's see. You have these set up, and then in order for you to like explore more, you have like these different mats or like different tracks. So your ship can move impulse through these to then explore other planets. And then if this is like the only one at the end of this can move to help you try and like connect with other planets. It's interesting. Again, I'm not positive on the steps yet, which I'll read up on it and give everybody a better tutorial. But it definitely, if you're a Trekkie fan, I hear it very well represents a civilization building and exploration type of game. So yeah, it comes with so you have your fleet cards here. Here's a little player aid. So each turn begins with the building phase. When you finish spending resources, flip this card over and your command phase begins. So on a building phase, you can build a ship. You can build production nodes, build on any of these open sites. Like your home civilization will start with some, but when you find other planets, it'll let you build certain ones there. So you can build production, research, culture nodes, or colonize sector Using a culture token and a ship will help you colonize places. Or you can commit research, which there are other advancement cards here, which will give you better shields, better weapons, better chances for other things happening. Most of them are going to be military, I think. Yeah. Ooh, these cards are sticking pretty good. Command. So some of these will give you more command tokens, because after you're done with your build phase, your command phase lets you move, invade systems, initiate space battles. So there's a bunch of different things you can do with that. Definitely kind of excited to play this one. I'll probably show this to my buddy, this video to my buddy later, but he's a very big Trek fan, and I could see him and one other guy that I know knows enough about Star Trek. We would probably sit here for hours playing this game. This one, I'm not sure what the play time is on it. Doesn't state on at least the top of the box. At least an hour. I think it needs more than that. When I was watching it at Gen Con, or God, why I keep saying that? When I was watching it at Origins, they had it set up with 5 people, because there's like a Borg expansion, a Ferengi, a Cardassian, there's a bunch of other expansions that go to it. And with 5 people plus, just to go around the board once, I think took a half hour. And that was just one turn for everybody. So that I instantly saw that as a down point, that there's a lot of waiting on everybody's turn, because if you get 5 command tokens and you have a chance to get more, like, it could draw the game out forever. And there's just so much you can do in this game. So yeah, so that's again a quick overview of Star Trek Ascendancy. I'll probably do another video on a much easier game. There's two other smaller games I want to do. I have Tiny Epic Galaxies that I would like to show you guys, and a few other smaller ones, because I understand games like this aren't going to be people's first choice to play. So I want to show you guys games that are easy to pick up and play with groups of people that are just getting into board gaming, because I know a lot of people just are starting to get into it and don't have the time to commit to big games like this. So yeah, some of these games can take quite a long time. On the floor over there, I have a game called, if you've heard of the video game, it's called World of Warcraft. Let's go back to this one. So yeah, video game wise, I have one called World of Warcraft that they turned it into a board game where you're literally building your character and getting armor, getting new spells, upgrades, and whatnot. That game, probably a solid 8 hours to play, especially if you haven't played it. I know I haven't played it in a long time. We had it down to 8 hours after playing it multiple times prior, which took 8 hours plus. So, yeah, so I plan to try and do Tiny Epic Galaxies next, and I would like to show Battle Lines. It's a 2-player game. Very easy. It's kind of like poker-esque based, and it's based on card draw. Is there anybody else out there that has any questions whatsoever? If you need any information about Black Swamp Gamers ourselves, we have a website, blackswampgamers.org. We also have a Facebook page. It's on that website, easily to get there. If anybody would like to make any donations, we are a non-profit organization, so We charge a membership, but the membership money goes strictly towards the club bills, possibly buying new games, any of the refreshments that we do at the clubhouse. So the donations are a great help, and we thank everybody that has donated in the past. It means a lot to us to keep the club running. Awesome, thank you for being. This is my first, I'd say first live stream that I posted to our Facebook fan page. So I was expecting some people to show up. So I'm glad I did decent. I'll fix the audio so it's left and right next time. It might be that mic. It's a pretty crappy mic. Here, I'll give you guys a quick. I'm in my basement, so here I'll show you. So my setup is this old. I got a boom mic that I was using for something else, and an old Canon GL2 camera that I found out how to manipulate it into my computer, and then from there it goes to this program. The program that runs this is called OBS, or Open Broadcast Studio, something like that. So, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. Again, post on either YouTube if you have any comments or questions. If there's any games that you think that we might own that you'd like to see just before you try and buy it, let me know. Our collection has well over 200 games, I'd say, and we're always getting new ones. Again, our go-to shop is Old School Gaming, but I don't want it to sound like that's the only place we go to, because there are plenty of other retail shops in the Toledo area that we would like to start sending people. Like there's Frogtown Hobbies across the river in Perrysburg. There's Checkmate Games. There's the Game Room up in Toledo and Sylvania area, Central as well, Central Avenue. There's just tons of shops in the area. I want to send people to all of them. So if you guys see a game that you like at any of those, let us know and we'll try and get a copy and stream it for you. So yep, thanks for joining. See you around, and happy gaming.